important for the European Union and for Spain to sail a deal that is ambitious and that responds to Paris. That means that prevents the worst efforts of climate change and put also the money for the developing countries to be more resilient and to help them to make the transformation in all the sectors of the economy.
I heard it in DC even before this event, and that was from leading people from the COP29 designate to the head of the UN on climate change to the head of IMF on climate change. And everybody was saying, look, we need more ambition. But ultimately, the Spanish have said there's just not enough ambition in the draft. Do you agree?
Totally agree. Yesterday, we got a text that is totally imbalanced. It's not acceptable for the European Union because we miss two pieces that are clearly basic for getting the 1.5 within reach. The first one is mitigation. We are here, to reduce emission, to make the transition away from fossil fuels, and to reiterate that renewables and energy efficiency are the sources for the future. And we need to have a big piece of the mitigation aspects here in Baku. We cannot leave mitigation behind, and we cannot look anyway if we don't have this piece of information. That means that we need clear guidance on the mitigation and on the transitioning away from fossil fuels in the next round of NDCs. And we also miss the landing zones in which we can put the ambitious number that the European Union is committed to put in the table. So we are negotiating, in bilaterals and with the presidency, and we are making alliance with the most vulnerable and with the progressive countries in order to breach bills and also to get a good deal for everyone.
Was it Donald Trump's fault? I mean, he's not even in office yet, but it feels as though it reset the mood music, taking the US out of the Paris Agreement last time. Biden, of course, bringing the US back in, but fears now that the US could drop out again, and particularly when it comes to the NDCs, pledges around carbon emissions. Argentinian delegate decided to withdraw. They the delegation decided to step back on the back of the news around Trump. Was it Trump's fault that not much got done?
Yes, I think that the geopolitics and the elections in the US doesn't make things easier here. But the reality is that the multilateral system worked without Trump and delivered without Trump in the previous legislature. So we should continue to keep in. We should continue to stand by Paris because the results that we already have are very positive. And we need to make that the clean energy transition works in every region of the world. So I think that we cannot stop that, and Trump's administration will not stop that. And the rest of the states, a lot of the governments really want to stay in as previous times. So the lessons learned is that the multilateral system should continue, should put all the efforts and all the pressure on the mitigation and on the finance piece to help these transitions over the world, should also send clear signals to the outside world, to the investors and to the financial world in order to make this transition a reality. So on the land, we will still pushing for this green transition that is, as I said, independently or despite any elections, continue in the coming years and in this critical decade that is very important for us.